They're going to ask the question of all of us, where were you in 2017 when we had the worst president in the history of the United States? We will all be able to say the United Democratic Party led the resistance, ensured that this president was a one-term president, and elected Democrats across this country.
Fiery start there for the new chair of the DNC, Tom Perez, after his election yesterday. He joins us live this morning. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Chairman.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
You got a congratulations from the president yesterday, right after your win. He says, congratulations to Thomas Perez, who has just been named chairman of the DNC. I could not be happier for him or for the Republican Party. Your response?
Well, you know, Congressman Ellison and I are united, and our Democratic unity is Donald Trump's worst nightmare. And we not only had a good day here in Atlanta yesterday, George, but we had a good day in Delaware, because the real challenge is, can we channel this energy that we see across America into positive action? And in Delaware yesterday, there was a race for a state Senate seat where the balance of the Senate was at stake. We came in there, we had a great candidate, the DNC supported, our revolution supported, grassroots activists supported. She kicked butt, and we took that Senate seat. That's what we have to do as Democrats, is help elect people in state houses, the presidency, local government, everywhere in between.
That is a start, but I think you'd agree it's just a start. And yesterday at Bernie Sanders, you know, there was some discord at the meeting, and then actually some boos after you won. And Bernie Sanders came out with a warning. Of course, he backed Keith Ellison and said it's imperative that, Tom, you understand that the same old is not working, and that we must open the doors of the party to working people and young people in a way that has never been done before. How are you going to do that?
Well, it starts with the partnership that Congressman Ellison and I have. We have been friends for a long time. We are united, and our values are identical. We want to make sure that everyone has a fair shake. We want to make sure that that woman I met in Detroit, part of the Fight for 15 movement, she slept in her car the night before I met her with her 3 children. We can do better. We want to make sure that people struggling to save for retirement have a fair shake. We want to make sure that when you work overtime, you get paid overtime. These are things that Donald Trump is fighting against, and these are things that we're all fighting for as Democrats. When we lead with our values, we win, and that's what we're going to do.
You are up against a brutal map, both in state houses and in the congressional midterms coming up in 2018. I want to put up a map from the 2016 election right now showing by county, the election results by county, that sea of red all across the country. How do you begin to turn that tide of red around when it's so predominant around so much of the country?
We begin by building strong parties in the 50 states and the territories. We didn't invest enough in our state party infrastructure. We didn't invest enough in grassroots organizing. We ignored rural swaths of America. We can't do that. We need an every zip code strategy. We need to redefine the role of the DNC so that we're helping to elect people from the school board to the Senate. And the best way to do that is to build that strong infrastructure and to strengthen our partnerships with people in the labor movement, with Planned Parenthood, with others who are involved in that grassroots organizing infrastructure. When we lead with our values, when we're in every zip code, we succeed. I'm very optimistic that we can do this because I think we have the right values. I think we have the right message. We saw it yesterday in Delaware. We're going to see it down here in Atlanta in a congressional election that's coming up here in Cobb County and surrounding Atlanta. And that's what we have to do everywhere.
Hillary,
a lot of work, but I'm optimistic.
Hillary Clinton put out a video just before the final vote calling for unity. Let's listen.
The challenges we face as a party and a country are real. So now more than ever, we need to stay engaged. Let resistance plus persistence equal progress for our party and our country.
So Hillary Clinton is staying engaged. Are you open to see her run again in 2020?
Well, everyone who wants to run should run, and I'm confident we're going to have a robust field of candidates. What I am also confident about is as we invest in our state party infrastructures, we are going to build strong capacity to elect Democrats up and down the ticket. There is such an electricity out there across America, and it's not just the traditional activists, George. It's people who come up to me and say, Tom, I was a casual participant in democracy, and I understand that democracy can't be a spectator sport. And Congressman Ellison has been spectacular in tapping into that grassroots advocacy, and we're working together to make sure we translate this activism into results. Because when we lead with our values, I think we succeed.
Chairman Perez, thanks for joining us this morning.
Pleasure to be with you.